Welcome to our channel. Now, if you'll excuse the blatant pandering to our British viewers, I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's Wimbledon time. Yes, that fortnight of tennis whites, strawberries and cream, and the ever-present threat of rain delays is back. But for those of you who think grass-court tennis is just a posh game for people who clap when someone wins a point on a let, oh boy, are you in for a treat. This year's Wimbledon was a whirlwind of stunning athleticism, nail-biting upsets, and enough drama to make even the most cynical viewer yell, "Come on!" at their television screen. We saw veterans proving they've still got it, young guns announcing their arrival on the big stage, and enough plot twists to make a Shakespearean tragedy look straightforward. So grab your Pims, find a comfortable viewing spot that hopefully isn't too close to a swarm of wasps, and let's dive into the top 5 quick hits from Wimbledon 2024. Right, let's start with Alex de Minaur, or as I like to call him, the Aussie with more heart than a cardiology ward. This guy is like the Energizer Bunny of tennis, except instead of beating a drum, he's chasing down every single shot like his life depends on it. His energy on the court is simply unmatched, and his speed is something to behold. De Minaur came into Wimbledon seeded 12th, which in tennis terms is like being the 12th most popular Beatle. You're good, but you're not exactly setting the world on fire, yet he had the potential to surprise everyone, but boy did he turn heads this year. His performance was nothing short of spectacular. His first round match was a bit of a warm-up, a straight sets victory that was about as surprising as a British person complaining about the weather. It was a solid start, but the real test was yet to come. But then came the second round, and things got interesting. The intensity on the court was palpable. He faced off against the big serving American, John Isner, a man whose wingspan is basically the length of a small car. Isner's serve is legendary, and many thought de Minaur would struggle. Everyone expected a tight match, a battle of attrition. The anticipation was high and the crowd was buzzing. What we got was de Minaur dismantling Isner's serve and winning in straight sets. It was a masterclass in returning serve and playing smart tennis. It was like watching a Chihuahua outmaneuver a Great Dane. De Minaur's agility and quick thinking were on full display. He kept this momentum going, his speed and relentless ground strokes proving too much for opponent after opponent. His ability to cover the court was simply phenomenal. He was like a terrier at a tennis ball factory, just absolutely buzzing around the court. His energy seemed boundless and his determination was inspiring. He eventually made it to the quarterfinals, where he faced the eventual champion. But we'll get to that later. His journey to the quarters was filled with memorable moments and incredible matches. The point is, de Minaur's Wimbledon was a masterclass in determination and never-say-die attitude. His performance reminded everyone why he is one of the most exciting players to watch on the tour. His heart, his hustle, and his sheer will to win were on full display, making this Wimbledon one to remember. Now let's talk about the man himself, the Serbian cyborg, the Sultan of Swing, Novak Djokovic, a player whose name has become synonymous with tennis excellence and relentless determination. Coming into Wimbledon, Djokovic was already a legend, a man with more Grand Slam titles than most players have socks. His trophy cabinet was overflowing, a testament to his dominance in the sport. But after his shock defeat at the French Open, people were starting to wonder, had the great Djokovic finally met his match? Was this the beginning of the end for the tennis titan? Was Father Time finally catching up with him? The whispers grew louder, the doubters more vocal. The answer, my friends, was a resounding, "Are you having a laugh?" Djokovic was far from done. Djokovic stormed through the early rounds of Wimbledon like a man possessed. His focus was unbreakable, his shots precise and powerful. He was hitting winners from all angles. His movement was impeccable, and his serve was, well, it was still a Djokovic serve, but you get the point. His serve, often criticized, was now a weapon in his arsenal. He was in the zone. Every match, every point, he played with the intensity of a man on a mission. His quarterfinal match against de Minaur was the first real test of the tournament, a match that had fans on the edge of their seats. De Minaur, as we discussed, was on fire, and he pushed Djokovic to the limit. It was a battle of wills, a clash of titans. But in the end, Djokovic's experience and sheer will to win proved too much. His determination was unyielding, his desire to win unmatched. The semi-final was a similar story, a tough battle against a younger opponent, but Djokovic emerged victorious, setting up a final clash with Well, we'll get to that. Each match was a testament to his resilience and skill. The point is, Djokovic at Wimbledon is like a force of nature, unstoppable, unyielding, and utterly dominant. You can try to prepare for it, you can try to weather the storm, but in the end, you're probably going to get Djokovic. His legacy continues to grow, and his reign shows no signs of ending. Chapter 3. Now, for those of you who like your tennis with a side of holy moly, did that just happen, boy? Did Wimbledon 2024 deliver? This year's tournament was full of upsets. Those glorious moments when the underdog bites back and the tennis world collectively loses its mind. We had early round exits from top seeds, unexpected runs from qualifiers, and enough twists and turns to make your head spin. It was glorious. One of the biggest shocks came early on with the number 2 seed, Daniil Medvedev, falling in the second round to a relatively unknown Italian player. Medvedev, known for his stoic demeanor and relentless baseline game, looked completely out of sorts, like he'd accidentally wandered onto the wrong court and was too polite to say anything. Then there was the case of Coco Gauff, the young American star who many had tipped for greatness. Gauff, who had reached the Wimbledon final in 2023, bowed out in the 4th round this year, falling to a crafty veteran who seemed to have an answer for everything she threw at her. These upsets are what make Wimbledon so special. It's a reminder that in tennis, like in life, nothing is guaranteed. One minute you're on top of the world, the next you're staring down the barrel of an early flight home. Chapter 4. Wimbledon 2024 wasn't just about upsets, though. It was a tournament that showcased the very essence of tennis, where every match seemed to tell its own unique story. It was also about those matches, those epic battles that had you on the edge of your seat, gripping your pims so tightly you could practically taste the strawberries through the glass. The tension was palpable, and the excitement was electric. There was the 4th round clash between 2 unseeded players, a match that went the distance, 5 grueling sets of incredible shot-making and sheer determination. It was a display of raw talent and unyielding spirit, a testament to the unpredictable nature of the sport. It was the kind of match where you forgot who you were supporting and just found yourself marveling at the athleticism on display. Every point was a battle, every rally a test of endurance and skill. Then there was the women's doubles final. A match that had everything: incredible rallies, unbelievable shot-making, and enough tension to power a small city. The coordination and teamwork on display were nothing short of spectacular. The crowd was on its feet for most of the match, and the roar when the winning point was finally scored was deafening. It was a moment that captured the essence of Wimbledon, a celebration of excellence and passion. But perhaps the most memorable match of the tournament, the one that will be talked about for years to come, was the men's final. It was a showdown that had fans around the world glued to their screens. Djokovic, the seasoned champion, facing off against Carlos Alcaraz, the young pretender to the throne. The anticipation was immense, and the stakes couldn't have been higher. It was a clash of styles, of generations. The old guard versus the new wave, experience versus youthful exuberance. Djokovic, the master tactician, against Alcaraz, the explosive shotmaker. Each point was a strategic battle, a blend of power and precision. The match lived up to the hype, a 5-set thriller that had everything. It was a roller coaster of emotions, with momentum swinging back and forth. In the end, it was Alcaraz who emerged victorious, ending Djokovic's reign and announcing himself as a force to be reckoned with. His victory was not just a personal triumph, but a signal of a new era in tennis. Chapter 5. So, what did Wimbledon 2024 tell us about the future of tennis? Well, for starters, it's clear that the old guard isn't going down without a fight. Djokovic may have finally been dethroned, but he showed he's still got plenty left in the tank. But the young guns are coming. Alcaraz's victory was a changing of the guard, a sign that the future of men's tennis is in good hands. And let's not forget about the likes of Jannik Sinner, Lorenzo Musetti and Holger Rune, all young players with the potential to challenge for Grand Slam titles. On the women's side, Iga Swiatek continued her dominance, proving that she's the player to beat for the foreseeable future. But with young talents like Coco Gauff, Emma Raducanu and Leylah Fernandez emerging, the women's game is as open and exciting as it's ever been. Wimbledon 2024 was a tournament that had it all: stunning upsets, incredible matches, and a glimpse into the future of tennis. It was a reminder that even in a sport as steeped in tradition as tennis, there's always room for the unexpected, for new stories to be written, and for new champions to emerge. So there you have it, the top 5 quick hits from Wimbledon 2024, a tournament that proved once again why tennis is the greatest sport on earth. From Minaur's grit to Djokovic's dominance and a healthy dose of chaos in between, this year's Wimbledon had it all. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more sports highlights and updates. And remember, whether you're a die-hard tennis fan or just someone who enjoys watching incredibly fit people chase a ball around, there's always something to love about Wimbledon. See you next time.